There we go. And let me edit the stream info. Oh yeah, I'm excited for Biomutant. There we go. You just finished Valhalla. Gosh, I never finished that. Oh, let's press again. So I think we just finished the tutorial last time. Or actually, I think we might still be in this tutorial. It looks like fun, Gratch. It really does. Yeah, we just got a non-bloody shirt. Yeah, exactly. And like a jacket. We got a coat. And a job. District status healthy. What are they doing over there? Well, you guys do that. I'm gonna go over here. I don't remember the buttons. So that's gonna be a problem. Okay, here we go. Here's vampire vision.
Now, it's my turn. Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink and
Whoa.
try it all.
Maybe later.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
Oh, they're looking at someone. Okay. I thought my game was broke.
No! Not now, not like this! No!
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
These are all strange options. Okay.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Okay, blood quality indicates how much experience you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more experience you get. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Press L1 to mesmerize Clay. Do I not have a choice? I guess not.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Can I, like, just take him the other way? Hey guys, I have another one you need to help. Guys. Alright. Maybe not. I turned the game audio on, right? Yeah, okay. Cool. Rum rum, rum rum, rum rum. Oh, okay, we can release.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go.
I want to prepare
No
his blood.
famished hunter can run for long.
Did I black out?
Yeah, that's what happened. Also, you had severe injuries, but I think you're gonna be okay. Oh no, not a pacifist run. I just want to prepare his blood to be tastier. I want the tastiest blood. Cause he wasn't maxed out. I'm a little worried he's just gonna die anyway though, because he's injured and I just left him here. Oh, they finally moved. Yeah, I gotta help him so I can feed over and over. Exactly, yeah. Gotta get maximum experience out of his blood. Are you telling me to hurry? How dare you? I'm a vampire. I do what I want. What's in here? Ooh. There's a lot of these locked doors, you know? I wonder if that's the sounds I'm hearing are people's blood and stuff, like their heart beats. The weird, like, thrumming sound. Booksellers, libraries noted for cheap books. New agents, stationers. Okay. Hello.
It's locked.
It is locked. Hi. Can I talk to you? No? Okay, bye. Oh, dead people. Crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better. For I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. Excuse me, hiccup. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard. Despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks, I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Okay. Oh, that gave us a hint for, like, a person. Okay. Rob the dead people? Sure. They're not gonna use it. I wonder why I'm so injured, or if... Ooh. No, no!
I'm sorry.
It's locked, all right.
Oh.
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife.
Ooh, a trash can. District status serious. What does that mean? Didn't I take a bullet to save the doctor? I don't remember. Which is probably bad. I should probably play this more than one day a week so that I remember what's going on. Maybe I'll play this on like Tuesday or Thursday. District is in a joking mood. It's very serious. Very serious. That thrumming sound is very unnerving. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. So here we are.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
What the heck's a skull? Huh. Okay, you know what? I'm on the verge of being completely lost, so I'm gonna go back to where the game told me to be. I'm surprised how open it is. I guess it's like basically an open world game. Alright, I'm here.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter
My
how
bad.
illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name
here
of
we
Clay
go.
Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds. That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our
So we are
porter
gonna save
Milton
him.
to
Great.
bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I have a few questions.
I would like to
apparently.
ask a few questions first.
Who is Dr. Swansea?
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Okay. So I think my goal for how I'm gonna play this is I'm gonna try to not feed from people until I've prepared them fully. And also, I'm gonna try to eat everybody. We'll see how far we can go that way. He knows me more than I
It's
know
right
him.
to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
How is Mr.
And
Hampton?
Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Where's my
If you
room?
could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I look forward to getting to know you, Nurse Crane. All right. Okay, but why would you let me in this little cranny, little nook, if there's nothing here? Well,
Good evening,
hello.
nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already
yeah,
told
might
us
be a good
about
place
you,
to be.
sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Your life in London? What's the situation
How
here?
are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Invisible
An
enemy?
invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you
It's
think this
hospital now.
hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here.
The old
And we're
fucking
trying to hold
bit.
fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
I'd like to
Brilliant
know
professionals.
everything about
Most
them.
Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Anyone that
Is
stands
there
out.
anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why
If
should his
only he were
age be a
younger?
problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Crash. It's interesting, right? Speak
Nurse
up.
Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Personal questions. Oh no, I need hints. Okay, later. Later, Gwyneth.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypass.
Wait, she was saying all that with Dr.
He had
Tippett's in
nothing but
earshot?
praise for you.
I don't
He
know.
was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon.
Don't know if I can trust
and
what she
blood
said now.
transfusion specialist.
Why is this option blue? Oh, because I unlocked it. What's the
What is
situation
the
here?
Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
People are
It's
more
than
important.
enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Tell me about these
What
people.
can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no
The
time
rain
for
is loud.
slander.
Can't hear more than
I
2 feet
prefer
away.
to focus on the positive character traits.
Positive
Tell me
characters?
more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. a clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
So basically, they both got the hots for each other. What about the
Any
management?
opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
You are
You're
exhausted.
exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
Whoa!
Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls.
What just
We are
happened?
the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
What the heck just happened? Oh, was that mesmerizing? Nurse Brannigan is
Nurse
worried.
Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that.
Oh no!
I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Okay. Okay, maybe that was the right thing to say. Alright, that's all I can say to him for now.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I wonder if I can talk to her again. I don't know where she wandered off to, though. Maybe she went inside. Who are you?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm
Pippa
Dr.
Hawkins.
Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently...
I should see if the map shows
position
people, yeah.
in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
I wonder how many people there are. Life in London? And how's the
How
situation?
would you describe
My favorite
the
question.
situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Get a grip. Spanish flu won't
Nurse
last forever.
Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Well, get a grip
you must
then.
get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Been a nurse for how
How
long?
long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the staff
How is
coping?
the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why, especially the
Why
practitioners?
does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is he so
Why
grumpy?
is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Okay. Personal questions. Oh, I can't ask any of them. Okay.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, so... Oh, no. I was gonna say, maybe I zoom in and it shows people? Doesn't look like it. So I wonder if we can go back to the docks. Like, there's all these people we didn't even see. We gotta be able to. Door of the crane. There's quite a few people, though. Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've
This
already heard
Milton?
about you, Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh. Okay. How's the situation?
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
I like how's the situation is basically what's up. What's your occupation?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Hey, I see you got a gun. Want more guns? I like guns too. What guns do you want? How's the sanitary
Since you're on
situation?
the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
What? Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil new investigation. Local investigations. A new citizen investigation is available. Press the touchpad to open the local investigation menu. Okay. Oh, right now? Okay. Citizen investigations are displayed here, categorized by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with square, then access to your map to locate the area to explore. Oh. Okay. Smuggling
Are
weapons?
you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Okay.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Alright, what you got? Grease, aluminum, screws. I don't have enough money for this. Okay. The other thing I want to try is, can I like tag someone? Maybe not. Okay. Gonna see if I could like tag them and then they'd show up on my map, but doesn't look like it. Just gonna have to hunt people down. Hello?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh, there she is. Oh, here we go. Tippett praises you.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Interesting.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Yes, my research. Indeed. Hello? Can I talk to you? Nope. Insignificant character.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Can I talk to you?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about
Please,
yourself.
could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
You run your own experiments, you say?
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental. and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
We have a fan. I'll be glad to help you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite
optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand
a quest
for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation...
Well, yes, I do want you to be errand boy.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me the story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
You must remain neutral.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Ooh, I can talk to this patient?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick.
Ah, it's him.
All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
But first, you'll tell me
Tell
about
me
yourself.
About yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot
You can
of
meet this
pride
Ackroyd.
there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt
Alright,
myself.
Minnie. Get some good sleep.
What an arsehole.
Thanks for hanging out.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Yikes.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Ellen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering.
Hospital full. Who's this?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Tell me about yourself.
Can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say.
Hey, Omega.
Just take
How you
care
doing?
of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
I really like this game so far. I'm loving all this dialogue stuff. I've just been talking to people like for this entire stream.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Oh. Pippa.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
We can't ask her anything personal yet. Everybody gotta have that side
Goodbye,
hustle.
Mrs. Goswick.
Yeah. Can I talk to, okay.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
I didn't want to talk, but let me ask you 20 questions.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Huh.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd
Sorry, I
rather
clicked it
not
again
talk
because
at
it's
all,
still lit up.
Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Weird.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Alright, never mind.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Trying to aggravate until he attacks you.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Yeah, this is Dorothy.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Okay, this is the one I
believe
met.
we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
This is
I'm
Ackroyd.
Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
I will dabble as much as I like, sir.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Am I making a... I guess I'm making a choice here?
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time, his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Okay.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that?
I am truly dedicated to learning about you, so I can sack your blood.
Unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
That could have gone better, I guess. Where am I?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Oh, that's not the one I thought it was.
We'll talk
I
later.
can't tell these people apart until I talk to them.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Wow. Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
But in the circumstances,
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr.
We'll see if I've unlocked
Any
more
news
options
about
because
my
I talked to
operation?
both doctors. Nope. There's only one left for him, so I feel like
for now, Mr. Fiddick.
he's
I'll see
probably
you later.
almost ready for consumption. Let's see. Yeah, looks like if we figure out this one thing, he'll be max blood quality. So how do I treat him? Do I have that item? Oh, maybe I don't. Collectibles. Huh. Interesting.
Reads me like a book.
But in the
Never could keep
circumstances,
anything from her.
Okay. Is this someone I've already talked to?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Okay. Who's this? Okay, I think that's Ackroyd. I think that's Dorothy Crane. Oh, can I talk to her?
You are going to reveal all.
Good
There you
evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
Mortal.
You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Okay. Patient
I'm
here.
assuming you must be a patient here. Am I
Curious
right,
if she
Miss?
thinks she's a
It's
patient.
only a cover.
Okay.
To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Your enemies?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The garden? Oh, we already have a thing there.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Okay. Describe how you feel.
Describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Okay.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
They have disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who's treating you?
treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried.
Doctor Simulator
My face hurts
1918.
so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
This is clearly a vampire simulator, Gratch. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Okay. Let her
So
bite
do you
you?
let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily
Giant
routine.
ward disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
Hello, who are you?
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How
Oh,
do
it's
you feel?
Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Okay.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show.
Wait,
with the assistance
I know
of
Clay
her minion,
Cox.
Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption
Good old
and despair
Tom.
would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all
Right,
to rot in
Crash?
this
Good old
contagious
Tom.
nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed
California
in blood
vacation,
and I'm sure he'll take the best care of it.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. Then I can go back to the people who need me.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. California vacation.
How do you always return to this spot in fetal position?
California vacation high. Yeah, is that the alert of the real one? Yeah. California vacation. Thank you. That felt so out of nowhere. Oh, you have no idea how much that means. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a really good night. Lurking away, I'm sure. Oh, thank you so much. California vacation loves to lurk. It's okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. What good is a talking lurker? Oh. Thank you so much, California vacation. I hope you're happy that I'm playing this game. I'm really liking this game, by the way. I think it was you who said you were watching someone play it that didn't finish it, right? Well, I plan on finishing it.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
I'm also thinking this person, we haven't had anything blocked to talk to, so maybe I can drink their blood.
Process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
I feel like they're trying to stop me from eating this guy because he's like a good person or whatever, but I don't really care about that. I care about the fact that his blood might be good. Oh no, there's still stuff to learn? No! Oh man, he's gonna be tasty. Look at that, 3,000? It's gonna be super tasty. Actually, I guess a lot of these are worth quite a bit.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
So, yeah, I don't have any of those like hint things left. So maybe I get the information from other people.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Holy blood burns going down, but it's so good. Yeah, right? It's gotta be great. So I need to see. So I guess because they're like connected to people, maybe if I get to know other people in this tree from the docks, I can. Oh, he's a pillar. What does that mean? He's important. So maybe I'm supposed to wait to kill him? Or like killing him is super impactful? Well, maybe I'll save him for last.
The daily routine.
Do you have anything unlocked?
How are you tonight?
I need blood. rich, vibrant blood.
Here we go.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I think if you drink from them, you just drink till they're dead. I don't think there's an in-between.
Some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
So I wonder if I talk to him again.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
No.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain.
There really is a lot to this conversing mechanic. I like it. Let's see. So I think we find Milton. We heard more about him inside.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Personal... No, okay.
Goodbye,
never mind. Seems like the guy who researches transfusions might be a good moderation. At moderation. To vampires. Oh yeah, maybe. Why is there a marker? What is that? Oh, is this the enter the...
Fear of disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Let's see here. Portals. Okay, we should really rest before I go do that quest, because I will evolve. I don't know if there's going to be combat.
It's locked, all right.
About this one. Long letter. Birmingham, 27th October. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the third floor? She passed away 2 days ago, and her flat is already occupied again. Geez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Sorry I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mom, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Aunt Pippa. You should see the little bugger, already driving me mad. And Mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes the next time you come back home. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit, and it's as boring as day without a shag. Oh, I have a new fiance, and no, I'm no slut, you moral bitch, you. Wow. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard of Priven, something like that? Never heard of them, but if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France, by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can and give me all of the good news before that. I am your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mom, and Dad. You've been watching Ko's videos after you... Oh, that's cool. Out of curiosity, how did Ko play? Did he like try to not eat anyone, or did he just like try to make moral decisions, or... I'm curious how other people played this for sure. Because I definitely just want to kill everyone methodically, if that's possible. I just want to kill them all. Second floor. Oh, he tried to do like the super good run? Okay, interesting. You know, that kind of makes sense though, because I know he likes to play games on the hardest difficulty. And, ooh, a hacksaw. And it seems like the hardest, what would make it hardest is not eating everyone. Though they did say if you eat people, it also makes the game harder, so I guess it balances itself out. Let's see, Thomas Elwood. Elwood's the guy with the pain. Oh, the scars and the pain that the drugs don't help. Followed by, excuse me, hiccups. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms he regularly endures severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of the I can't read that word. Cicatrized tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom Pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades? Phantom Pain is a great game. It makes it easier to kill people. Dishonored kept being punished for not being a stealthy saint. Yeah, I can't remember what it said in the beginning. I'm pretty sure it said that eating people like raises the like level of an area or something like that. Yeah, but I feel like that's only to balance out how much experience you're gonna get if you prep them and then eat them. Let's just say. That's my room, so let me go elsewhere first. Actually from them. Ding 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 ding. Not now. Fine. How do you even know I was there? Not like I knocked. It's another floor. Alright, let's just go back to our office.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
This is like bigger than my apartment. Article on Econs. It's a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire, to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or Econ, as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessary to flee, I've seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movement when they act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them, and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will. They can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me, the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability requires time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one, the possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famous vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This urge, this need for blood, may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and that in some cases he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, I could have so many medical applications. Oh! That was weird. I don't know why it opened that many. I have so many medical applications, it almost buggers. Beggars. I can't tell if that's an E or something else. Beggar's belief. Okay. Aren't vampires fascinating?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Oh, I'm so sorry that your flower's dying. Huh.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. For some reason I thought that was a different door than it was. What's this? here we go. Oh, right. Forgot there was stuff inside each tree. Okay. Following night.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
It's fine, don't worry about it. Well, hello.
I'm not one to make wait, Doctor. I've patients to attend.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry, there's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the
Okay, we got a key.
A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Yes, Doctor?
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital. You can't miss it. The key I gave you will open the small back door to it.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
Down we go. Actually, let's go out this way. Let's try. What's that? Well, hello. What the heck are those? Photography of smiling, loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever?
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
The scandal. What a power couple, right? The gun seller and the bed seller, yeah. Okay, that's like the main objective right there. Yeah, let's go talk to Milton. Oh. Nailed it. Is this the way I came out? Yeah. And he was like out front last time I saw him. Hey, Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Found your wallet.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right.
Wow, I'm
but
judgy.
We support each other, and that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Okay.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Partner in crime!
How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today, people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow, we may be fighting for food.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I'm just not even close to having the money I need. Find a way to make money. Also, for Milton, because I think... he's just perfect. However, I think I need him to get the last hint on Pippa. Where is that Pippa? Who's this then?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Gwyneth. Let's double check since we're talking to her. Oh, don't got anything new.
Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Who's this? Oh, that's still Milton.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was different.
Are you Pippa?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
There we go.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
How can you be affected by the misery around you, and be so heartless at the same time? Which is the real you, Nurse Hawkins?
I could ask you the same question, Dr. Reed. Are you more real when you lie to a dying patient, or when you grant him useless medication?
Lovely grey area.
Pippa, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he
I
share
think I'm
your
about
point
ready
of view?
to eat these people.
Any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, so I think she's fully ready. Let me check. Heck yeah. She's healthy. She's maxed out. Let me check on Milton real quick. Ooh. Hi, Milton.
Good evening, Milton. Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Here we go.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
One thing though, how much do I care about the shotgun he has? Oh, he needs level 2 mesmerize.
Goodbye, Milton.
So maybe I can't. What about her?
Yes, Doctor?
Oh, that's Dorothy.
That's
Oops.
all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
I was like, you look different. Pippa. 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 Where'd you go, Pippa? Don't hide from me. That's
Yes,
still Crane?
Doctor?
Yeah, it's still Crane.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
They all look so similar until I actually talk to them to me. Ah!
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good
There we
evening, Dr.
go.
Reed.
Hi, Pippa. Oh, you need level 3?
Goodbye, Nurse.
Alright, never mind.
Are going to reveal all your
Guess I could have just checked from here. So who needs level 1? This guy. But I need to treat him for fatigue. Oh, and Harvey. And Elwood. Okay. Let's talk to Elwood again.
My blood and soul.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
Oh no!
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the
I
Germans.
didn't even know that was a thing that could happen.
And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Now it's just broken forever? Oh, I hate it. Well, perfect run ruined.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
I guess.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
You'll have to do. No one will notice. Don't worry about it. No one will notice. Let's see if this is what it's for. They surely can't see through the window, right? Maybe not. I don't feel safe back here. Nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What must I do? What must I do? This isn't even my neighborhood.
Just going for a walk. Oh, okay. It'll, when I'm clear, it'll actually give me the option.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, God.
Fancy. The district will soon suffer the consequences. Hi.
Sir, I need help bad.
Sure, I can help.
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best
Prepare my
friend.
next meal.
We served in the same regiment, sir. Taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Well. There he is, he's gone. Lovely. So I wonder how I get my mesmerize ability up a level. So I can eat more people. Oops. Where's the door? Oh, not that door. This door. So I guess I go take a nap? Well, let's go do the quest first. It was over here. Oh yeah, there's a marker on it. Durr. Okay. Why do I get the feeling there's gonna be monsters in here? The music to be creepy. Huh. Aha.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Okay.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
The underground. Why did I just pull out my weapon? Oh, there we go. You got me. Okay. Downstairs we go, I guess. Oh, guys. Is this gonna get too creepy for me? Is this what's gonna happen? No. No. Oh no.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Where'd the other one go? Where'd the other one go? Oh no. Oh no. There it is. Oh god, there's another one! Oh, I'm out of stamina. Oh! Oh no. Oh no, I hear evil sounds. Oh no. Monsters like Monster Hunter? Yeah.
It's locked.
Just locked. Oh my god. Wait, the door doesn't stay open? That's gonna get confusing. Oh, that's my own reflection. Okay, okay. This is horrible. Oh no! Oh no!
These scowls can be so ferocious.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's the weapon I'm using right now? Okay. I don't get it. Oh, is it max level? I guess it's max level. Okay. We gotta go upstairs. Oh! Okay, this game's gonna be a little spookier than I thought originally. A big wimp. Oh no, I died! ran out of stamina. How brutal is the saving in this, though? Uh-oh. Do I have to do this whole thing again? Oh no, maybe not. Kind of forgot I could see through walls and stuff. That would have helped. Yeah, I need blood for that though. And I ran out. Oh, it's upstairs still. I also don't really remember how to bite things.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. Balls of Mars, fortifiers.
Yeah, I just missed it the
Popular
first time.
as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Out, please. That was creepy. What's up here? Really, nothing. Strange. Where am I? Not that a map really helps, but... Here we go. Well, all in a day's work, back to my room. Craft the treatment for fatigue. Did it. Can I make more than one? Perfect. Awesome. Nap time. So... I guess I'll up my blood capacity. Would help. And stamina would help. Hey Gabe, I'm really liking this game, though I just found out it's spooky! Gotta get the levels in, yeah. I guess I should have realized it was spooky, I just didn't realize. I should have realized it's spooky, I just didn't realize. That's, yeah. Very buggy? I haven't seen any bugs, I don't think. I need to remember how to bite. I know I was doing that a bunch in the tutorial, but that was like a week ago, so I forgot. Same situation with Days Gone? Oh, okay. Oh, now it's more stable. Same situation with Days Gone. Okay. And I think Days Gone recently came out on PC too. You trade more blood to heal yourself instantly. You drain. Okay. Oof, that's expensive. Shadow Mist. Also expensive. Okay. I don't know, I'll just do another blood capacity. Because I basically I was able to use my ability twice and then I was out, I think, before, so that's sort of silly. Unless I have more. Major district events. Every night, the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade district health. Also degrade due to disease spreading among citizens. Oh no, should I have given the medicine first before I went to sleep? Oh, okay, no. It's just because I killed the guy. Okay, it's just because I killed the guy. It is a food menu. Okay, so... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, this is the way to find people, though. Just use my vampire senses. Of course, I should have thought of that. It literally just told me, wow. Go off the train. Hello.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
Did I?
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Oh, no, Gabe. I'm gonna try to prepare all my meals to their maximum benefit and then eat them. I can't read that text, but it seems nice.
Good evening, sir.
Check to Edgar. Oh.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Tastiest kills, yeah, exactly.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Let's see what you'll say now.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Okay.
I have to go now, sir.
Maybe not.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Oh, this guy needs it too, I think.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Oh, he's healthy. Oh, he needed a hint.
Goodbye
right,
for
okay.
now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Let me just check my menu. Ah, he had fatigue. Okay. Clay Cox. Let's see. I think... I don't know that person. Remember, Citizen's Blood will provide you a massive experience boost. Look for Citizens... Oh, trust me, I know. Talk to this person. No? I want to talk to you. Hmm.
Another night of the glorious
Tippets. Where's this guy? What are you guys saying? Overworked nurse. Doesn't look like it. I think it's just this guy. But where did he go? He should be at the hospital. What's this? Another in there. In there?
I cannot enter.
This guy's unknown. Hello?
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor?
No, I don't know.
Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is
I don't
just
know,
that
Gabe.
I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame.
Oh, is that where Jack the Ripper thing happened?
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Yeah, about that.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe.
And they sometimes jump up and bite
Diseases
people,
can
yeah.
spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Opium. Okay. Really need to find this person. I don't think they would be down where I found them originally because they, hi.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
Halfway there, sir.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Yep. Okay, we actually knew that because of someone else. Alright.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
So, if possible... Let's see. I really want to meet everyone. Also, how do I raise my mesmerized level? Oh, she has a migraine? And she's lost? What does that mean? Oh boy. Okay, how do I make stuff for a migraine? Hopefully I have what I need. I don't really know. Sepsis, cold, bronchitis, pneumonia, headache. Recipe unknown. Well, that's not good. And there's one person we haven't met in this area. I think it must be her. And I can't get in there. So the other thing I wanted to see was if I can go to across, or go back to the starting area.
It's locked.
I want to go back to the docks. Oh. Not that way. Maybe I should just continue with the story. There you go.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm a living paradox. Whatever. This is what makes him happy, right? Your words bring comfort.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Okay.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
See if we can have a normal conversation with him.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Oh, dear Lord.
We'll see each other again
Bye.
soon, Edgar.
I save this game? Well, regardless, I want to stop here. And then we'll talk to him when we come back. It's really hard to stop. There's so much. We're like, we barely scratched the surface, and there's just so much, I feel like. Anyway, today was a good day. Tomorrow, I am getting a shot, a vaccine shot. So I don't know if I'm gonna be out of it or not, but we'll see. Otherwise, let me double check, but I think, yep, it looks like Judgment won the vote for the Monday game. So I'll be resuming my playthrough of that, assuming I'm good. If I'm not, I can do it on Tuesday. We'll start it on Tuesday to make up for it. But yeah, what else is happening on Monday? I think that's it for stream stuff. But thanks for being here, you guys. I'm really liking how many different games we're playing right now. It's really fun to swap between all these games, and I think all the games we're playing are really fun. 2 Yakuza games at once. The people have spoken, Gratch. Yakuza, Yakuza, Yakuza all the time. So anyway, hey Louise, hello. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. It means so much. And thank you again, Californication, for lurking and for that really kind donation. Appreciate you. I will see you guys tomorrow.